One of the most eagerly anticipated summers in the history of English cricket began with England thrashing Bangladesh 2-0 in a test series during which the home side were hardly stretched. At Lord's, the Bengalis were beaten before lunch on the third day, and then in Durham, victory came even sooner, and again by an innings. The selectors had plenty to think about as Ian Bell sent a reminder of his ability. He scored 162 not out in the second test, and then a rival for his middle order spot, Graham Thorpe, celebrated his 100th test match with a timely, unbeaten 50. As England were completing their victory in the northeast, 300 miles away at Heathrow, the Australians arrived ahead of the NatWest one-day series. First up, though, it was to the Rose Bowl at Southampton for the first international 2020 match to be played on home soil. It was a scorching evening on the south coast, and it saw England land the first emphatic punch of the summer with a 100-run victory. 2 days later, Somerset further embarrassed the Australians, and then came a result which sent shockwaves through the visitors' camp and all the way back to Australia. Humble Bangladesh felled the world's greatest side by 5 wickets in Cardiff, and the headline writers had a field day. 24 hours later, the much-hyped Kevin Pietersen took centre stage when a breathtaking 91 from 65 balls saw England home as Australia continued their dismal start to the tour. Eventually, there was an upturn in their fortunes when they beat England up in Durham. And an incredible final saw us scampered 2 off the last ball, which earned England a tie as the first trophy of the summer was shared. 3 more one-dayers followed. England won the first game in Leeds, but the Australians began to look more convincing with wins at the Oval and Lord's, where they tipped the psychological advantage to their favour. Finally, after weeks of anticipation, it was time for the main event. And there was no better host than old Father Time, nor was there a grander stage than Lord's Cricket Ground. They queued overnight. The members waited for hours for their seats, and the sun shone on the most magical of all cricketing venues. Memories abounded to the last time England won the Ashes in Australia back in 1986-87, when the captain was Middlesex's Mike Gatting. Gosh, you must have happy memories of that.
Oh, it was wonderful memories, Mark. Yes, I mean, to win against Australia, but to win in Australia and at the MCG, wonderful, wonderful ground. Some wonderful memories, yes.
OK, Gat, listen, we'll have a look at this pitch with you. You know it better than anybody. You were here for 20 years with Middlesex man and boy, we could say. What do you make of it?
Well, it's probably just a day gone past its best, or what the groundsman would like it to be. So it's had too much hot weather, so the groundsman says. But it's very hard, Mark. I think if you can get down here, it's, it's very hard. You can hear that.
Does that mean pace?
That means pace, and there's a good even covering of grass as well, and that will help too for both batsman and bowler. But the thing the groundsman's worried about, Mark, is the fact that these cracks here with the hot weather might open up.
Little sort of plate cracks, haven't we?
They don't move, but I mean, as it dries out, they'll widen up, and the ball will hit them and probably go perhaps up or down or a bit sideways.
And the 2 captains are here, along with our mascot Tom Beck and our match referee Ranjan Madigali. Now, Michael Vaughan has a coin specially produced for the occasion. Here we go with the toss.
Heads is the call.
Heads is the call.
It is heads, Ricky. You want the toss.
Toss has been won by Ricky Ponting. Ricky?
We're going to have a bat, mate.
And the reasons for that?
I think the wicket looks pretty good. As you say, the clouds have come over a little bit this morning, but the wicket looks good. Not a lot of grass on it, quite dry on top as well, so hopefully the boys can get out there and do well.
You've only had the one county game. Are you ready?
Yeah, we're ready, yeah. We thought we got a little bit out of the last few one-day games that we played as far as our team goes, and we had a good hit down at Leicester, so the boys are ready and looking forward to the challenge today.
What about this hype? Have you ever known anything like it in the build-up to a series?
No, I haven't, no. Even just the countdown then to the toss was like the space shuttle taking off. But look, it's been a massive build-up. It's been going on for 12 months. The players are all excited about it. I'm sure the crowd are as well.
All right. Thank you very much for talking to us, Ricky. Good luck in the game.
Thanks.
Michael, is that a bad toss to lose?
Oh, we'll wait and see. I'd have liked to have had a bat, but You know, it's a bit of overhead. The clouds have arrived, and we'll try and take a few of the wickets. We've won games before, batting second here, so you know we're not too disappointed.
No surprises in the team you've announced this morning, but I guess a couple of days ago there was talk about the Kevin Pietersen, Graham Thorpe issue. You're delighted to have Kevin Pietersen around, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I think he's a quality player. Thorpe will be missed because he's an experienced player, but I think Kevin brings a lot to the team. His attitude's outstanding, and he's a good batsman, so we wish him well.
And are you guys ready?
Yeah, we are. We've had a good 3 days preparation. There's been a lot of talk, and I think we're just ready to get out and play the game. We are looking forward to the challenge. It is a big challenge, but we'll give it our best shot.
Well, I think all of England wishes you well. Have a great series.
Thank you.
What a morning, and we can imagine how Michael Vaughan and his team felt, because we felt much the same. There was, in the end, no place in the side for Graham Thorpe. It was a middle order of Ian Bell, Kevin Pietersen, Andrew Flintoff and Geraint Jones, stroke makers all. And they'd faced the most powerful attack in the world, led by that deadly duo, Shane Warne and Glenn McGrath. After all the hype then, the players were under starters' orders. And at 10:30, they were off. First session, first day, that's what the Australians talked about. But England did the talking. They were brutal with the ball. Harmison came at them hard. Langer's arm almost blew up on him. Look at that for an early strike, like boxers swapping jabs. The ball darted off the seam and Hayden couldn't get his bat on it. It was very tough early on, but Langer is maybe the most improved cricketer on the planet. He played some splendid strokes. He had moments of fortune. Hayden had moments of fortune too, and pain to go with them. As for him, I wonder if I should have bowled first.
No ball called, and it's gone for 4.
That is a beautiful cover drive from Langer. It was in the slot, but his footwork was precise. Bowled him! That's the line from Hoggard. Perfect delivery, swinging in, and it's too good for Matthew Hayden. Finally, Hoggard gets it right.
It was the swing that did Matthew Hayden and the aggressive nature of the stroke which allowed the ball just to sneak between bat and pad. There might have been a little bit of an inside edge. No, back pad onto the stumps, and first scalp in this test match goes to Hoggard. England fans here are up. Matthew Hayden, it's a long walk off. He's gone for 12, 35 for 1.
Kevin Pietersen, who was a good 2 or 3 yards closer than he might have been had he been back in an orthodox position. That might have been an easier chance.
And that was a big opportunity for Pietersen. It's gone hard, it's gone low to his left, but you've got to take those. You really have, and an opportunity goes begging.
Wow. That's the second time this morning that Harmison has... Well, that's cut the Australian captain. Hayden took one straight on the helmet. Ponting, I think the ball has snuck through that gap between the grill and the peak of the helmet, and he's in trouble here.
That's the hostility of Harmison and why he's been so good in this England attack. It's a big hit. He's a tough campaigner. Captain of this side now, and so he will want to stay out there and lead from the front.
That's lovely cricket. By heaven, that's a good ball from Stephen Harmison.
That's where he's got a bowl, and it was well taken as well. Strauss in there at third slip. It was one of those that was, well, around about waist high. It's the sort of catch that you want to take if you're going to win a series. This is the place to bowl, just outside off stump. There it goes, flying off the edge, and straight into those hands.
At an important time too. Ponting has gone for 9 after a blow to the head. 55 for 2, the Australians. Here's a moment for Andrew Flintoff, the first time that he plays against Australia in a test match. High in the air and will be caught, must be caught, is caught! Justin Langer has gone. Freddie Flintoff has his first Ashes wicket, and what a wicket it is! Look at the joy. Listen to the celebration around Lords. 3 down, Australia.
Very well bowled, a very good bounce up, and interesting to see Justin Langer going after it, but really all he succeeded in doing here, it's a bit quick for him, I think. It hit the splice of the bat, it's gone straight up in the air, and this was never going to be dropped. So Flintoff has got off to a fantastic start.
15 overs gone, 66 for 3. Simon Jones into the attack. Gone! Simon Jones strikes first up. Damien Martyn is caught at the wicket.
That was a magnificent delivery. Fast, beautiful line, bit of bounce there as well. The right place to bowl to Damien Martyn early on. And he tried to play what was a pretty flirty back foot drive here. Thick edge, just watch this. Thick edge, and away she goes. Beautiful bowling.
It's the very slow raising of the finger. With the naked eye, it looked about as plumb as you could get.
Caught on the crease, the front foot getting no further down the pitch than that popping crease, and the ball just nipped back. I think that's what did for Michael Clarke.
Crunch. Wow, he loves anything a little bit wide. That one is crunch once again. That one in the air again. There is a man down at third man. It's going to evade him. So Gilchrist's going to keep chancing his arm. A few streaky ones with some good ones, but he's getting away with it.
That's out. Out. That's out. No feet. Pitched up. He's gone. 6 down. 126. The real key player is out.
How big a wicket is this? You just have to look at the response from Flintoff and all his teammates rallying around this excellent fast bowling at the moment. Gilchrist was throwing the bat, or attempted to throw a bat at this one a little bit tighter, the line.
I think he's suckered himself there as Gilchrist. He's been sat on that back foot. 126 for 6.
It's going to beat Harmison down there at fine leg.
And now that's not good bowling.
Dangerous player, Shane Warne. He looks in all sorts of trouble, and then he comes up with something like this. It's a fantastic shot. Oh, great shot. He's hit that absolutely superbly. Very, very good shot from Katich.
That's good stuff from Stephen Harmison. Fast and full and straight. Gosh, they needed that. And it'll whip up the fervour in the crowd again.
Well, I think Shane Warne's expecting the bouncer, and that's why he's moving across his crease a lot. We've seen him do it before. We've almost seen the 3 stumps behind his legs. This time you can see a couple. It's going so far across, he's exposing his leg stump. And Harmison is straight enough to expose that flaw in Warne's technique. Warne gone for 28, 175 for 7.
Now then, this is a difficult chance. Jones takes it. It swirled in the air. Jones swirled underneath it. But in the end, he steadied himself, which is just what you have to do. Simon Katic goes to the pavilion as well. Mayhem at Lord's on the first day of the Ashes of 2005.
Well, I wonder if Simon Katic thought that he had to just do something outside his normal game now that the tail end was in, that he had to play a few strokes, because you get the sense that he wouldn't have played that shot had he been batting with the top order. In the end, it's a simple catch for Geraint Jones. Katic gone for 27, 178 for 8.
Oh, put it down. Kevin Pietersen. Second that's gone to the floor when Peterson's had the opportunity. Good one, is it? It's out! It really roared back off the seam. And again, it's this extra bounce that Harmison gets. I think Lee feared the worst. The head went down quickly. It was a good catch, too, by Geraint Jones.
It nipped back, ran down the hill, and it might even have been glove. But it was definitely either inside edge or glove, and a good catch from Geraint Jones. Good wicket, and a Brett Lee, he can be dangerous. Gone for 3, 178 for 9.
Well, that's got to be Clark. That's got to be out. Yes, he's gone. Plum LBW. Harmison has struck again. Beautifully bowled. Harmison absolutely spot on target there, and ends up with figures of 5 for 43. A wonderful performance. There were plenty of us at the start of this series who were of the view that Harmison's contribution was going to be vitally important to the England cause, and he's got off to a good start.
Well, it was all amazing then, just as it must seem amazing watching it now. There was a notice from Justin Langer and Simon Katic that they have good techniques, but I guess England already knew that. And Courtney Walsh, who we had a brief look at, would have been very impressed with Stephen Harmison, 5 for 43. The others did their bit too. So, at 10 to 3 on the first day, Marcus Trescothick and Andrew Strauss come to the wicket. Needless to say, Brett Lee got it whizzing past both noses. T came and safely went with England 10 for none. None of us could wait for the next act in this compelling drama.
In the air, out, got him, first ball, that's 500 for McGrath. Wonderful cricketer, brilliant bowling, a wonderful delivery as well. Just short of a length, a little bit of extra bounce. First ball after tee, Glenn McGrath has 500.
He certainly does, and I think he picked Trescothick before the series started. Before he got to England, he said, I can picture Trescothick being the 500th, and it's come at a great time. Australia need early wickets. They need to make use of this new ball, and what a better man to have in his hands, or there's no better man than Glenn McGrath. Trescothick trudges off for 4. It's now 10 for 1. That's another edge and gone.
Got him, beautifully caught by Warne, taken very low. McGrath is amongst them. He is amongst them, that's for sure. That was a very good delivery as well. It looked to me as if it hit the seam, just moved away a little bit, found the edge, and Warne caught it low.
Genuine outside edge, just getting to Shane Warne. He makes no mistake. Australia now on a roll, and this game is like a highlights package. It's now 11 for 2.
Ball in, kept a little low. McGrath is on song here at his very best. Vaughan fought and fought, but he couldn't keep out the master.
It's 18 for 3. This is a super contest, and McGrath, I don't know that I've ever seen him bowl a better spell.
Vaughan's gone. McGrath's bowling beautifully. It's 18 for 3. Glenn McGrath is so good. They talk about hitting the top of off stump. It's something you learn as a child and you want to carry it through your whole career. This guy is still doing it. That is number 503, and Ian Bell is the victim.
Inside edge back onto the top of the bails. So still good enough to get the inside edge and take the wicket. 19 on the board now and 4 wickets down.
Oh, Flintoff gone too. This is brilliant. 5 for McGrath. And Flintoff also is making look like the ball kept a little low. The fact is it's gun barrel straight and doing enough off the seam. True brilliance from Glenn McGrath.
And that made a real clanging sound. It darted back down the hill. Beautifully bowled once again. That is something. We're really seeing some bowling here at this moment. Flintoff a duck, 4 balls, 7 minutes. McGrath the wicket, and it's 21 for 5.
Oh, nice stroke. That's the area. Jones is very strong, and it's enormous relief for everybody as long as they're supporting them.
And here's Jason Gillespie. Now then, what has Kevin Pietersen got in his locker?
It's good play. It's a nice measured stroke from Kevin Pietersen. It's a good move forward into that stroke. And that'll run away quickly as well.
Runs for Pietersen. Gillespie just straying a little bit too straight.
50 partnership. And the very first 50 partnership of the day, would you believe?
Now that's quick. And that's out. Brilliantly bowled from Brett Lee, who has moved into Yorker bouncer mode and proved far too good for Geraint Jones.
Yes, very well bowled. Be interesting to see where that hit on the bat, actually. He came screaming in to Brett Lee. He's got a bit of reverse swing going here, and he's maintained some control. Made the batsman play. Big blow. Now 79 for 6.
Big appeal down the leg side. The finger goes up. What a way to finish for Australia. Brett Lee. Rapid delivery. Don't know whether it was an edge or a glove.
He's got him right back on the stumps. Little flick, and he's knocked the stumps back anyhow.
Wow, what a day. There's the king. There's the scorecard. Those are the bowling figures. And here are the 2 players of the day.
What's the secret at bowling at this ground? We talk a lot about the slope, but what's your theory on this ground?
Ask Glenn. Yeah, it was the wicket was pretty much suited to my style of bowling today. Hitting a length probably a little bit fuller than my normal length and coming down the slope, so I enjoyed bowling out there.
It's not a ground I really enjoy bowling on, I must admit. I think if I was to be honest, but I've always seemed to get wickets here. But I think on any wicket, it doesn't matter what wicket you play on, a flat one or a wicket that does a bit. If you put the ball in a good area, more times than enough, you'll get your rewards and you get wickets.
Lords for your 500th wicket, couldn't get any better than that.
No, I couldn't have scripted it any better. So I still had to take it here. I think this morning at breakfast was the first time I really got a few butterflies sort of thinking about it. And to bowl here on day one when you win the toss and bat's probably not ideal, but things are looking pretty good now.